Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on my channel. Thank you guys for joining me so much. I am down here in the shop right now with the Courier. As many of you know, this truck was supposed to be a V8 swapped beast. Well, I'm kind of switching gears on that because I've thought it over and there's so much rust on this chassis. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good bare bones truck and chassis. The frame itself is excellent. Just, I've been wanting to build a rat rod for so long, and I've recently been getting into a lot more diesel stuff. Bye, wrench. The diesel stuff has been interesting me a lot more, and I really want to like kind of venture into that territory. So before I go balls to the wall and, you know, do like a 12 valve or a 24 valve Cummins swap, which definitely not applicable to this. I want to kind of dip my toes into the diesel world a little bit. So I haven't made up my mind on what I want just yet, but I've been looking at a lot of TDI swap Rangers, and I've been, doing my research on some of that stuff. But I've also been looking at like the Isuzu diesels, and the brain just went blank on me. Mercedes turbo diesels. They're quite small, and I feel like they would fit right at home in here with a little 5-speed manual transmission. I'm gonna keep all my suspension stuff in here. I'm gonna cut my motor mounts out though. Those I'll have to make from scratch to fit whatever engine I decide to go in here. Transmission crossmember, that also is gonna get cut out and get remade by yours truly at some point. I don't know when all this stuff is going to take place. I'm not going to get your guys' hopes up for any time soon because it's definitely not. I've got to find what engine I want to go with, the adapter for the transmission bell housing for like a T56 or whatever, or I'll see what transmissions I can get to do that with. I'll do more research on what transmissions I can use for, once I decide what engine I'm going to go with. This thing, man, I really wanted to do the V8 swap, but the more and more I thought about it, like the rust, it just, here, let me just show you. Like, I mean, some people would say, oh, that's minor, but like to me, it's the perfect amount. Well, I mean, obviously this I'm going to fix, but to me, the rust that it has now is like the perfect amount to do kind of like a nice looking ratty rat rod type situation. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do with this truck. I have actually located another Courier that is cleaner than this one, both body wise and bed wise, which I'll get to that in just a moment. It's so much cleaner, both body and bed wise, that it makes more sense to do the cleaner chassis as a V8 swap and do this one as like kind of a rat rod ish type deal, because like the hood's messed up on this one. It's got hood pin holes drilled in it, and the bottom of it's all messed up. So this thing is going to get rat rodded out. It's not going to be perfect. It's just going to get to the point of running, driving, and looking cool, and I'm going to call it fucking done. Now on to the bed situation for the red Courier. I've shown it on camera before, but some of you might be new. This thing, man, is just, it's Swiss cheese. Like, it's gone. So this will get like I don't know if I'll cut the floor out of this still and do like a new floor, or if I'll just throw a rubber mat on top of it and call it done. That's honestly what I might do. It's the cheapest option. Also, the bed on this one is kind of wham-bammied. Right here, it's all like waved up. You can see it. It's also got rust holes right here. Sorry, I'm stepping on cans everywhere. And it's also been hit here. So I'm also doing a roll pan. It's gonna look pretty sick. But yeah, as far as the V8 Courier project goes, that is gonna be put on hold. Like I said, I did find another one that I'm gonna hopefully be picking up. I'm also looking to pick up another vehicle for myself, so that way I can go back to work. I've been out of work for a little bit. I because I sold the Civic. You guys know, had the head gasket issue. Me being the novice that I am, I miscalculated the oil situation in the head. That's all completely normal. I've done my research and stuff like that, but you know, I'm learning as I go. So yes, I'm fairly new to cars and automotive stuff, but at the same time, the only way to learn a new skill is to get out and go do it. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I really don't know what else to say, but you know, that project's gonna be coming fairly soon, and we're gonna try to get the front suspension rebuilt hopefully this summer and get the rear end back in it. We're already working on the rear end. I've got a video coming on that soon-ish. We still gotta order rear shackle mounts, but we're gonna be getting all that stuff, you know, that stuff done. And I know I'm gonna have to replace all of my fuel lines and whatnot, so all that stuff still has to come out. I don't know if I want to keep the steering box or not, but if I decide not to, I'm probably going to go with like a Volvo electric steering pump or whatever. But yeah, that's really all I've got for you guys right now. I don't know really what else to talk about, so I will see you guys in the next clip, and that will be when I have decided what engine I'm going to go for, and then hopefully after that, the next clip of that will be us going to pick that engine up. So thank you guys. I'll see you soon. Guys, I have officially decided what engine I am wanting to go with. So, I know last clip I said I would see you guys when I've decided. Well, last night I went online and I started doing more research on the 2.0 engine out of a Volkswagen. I think it was a Passat. And I really like the way they sound. People say they have good reliability, a good performance. Yes, I have a perched kitty on my shoulder. This is Shadow, everybody. I like the way they perform. All right, buddy, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, thank you, sir. All right. Back to what I was saying. I'm looking at a 2.0 TDI diesel, turbo diesel at that, from a Volkswagen Passat. Transmission is just going to be your standard 5-speed manual transmission out of a Ford Ranger. And from there, you know, like I said, this is going to be just a rat rod. And it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to operate and function. That's all it needs to do. So he really you just want some screen time. That's all you want. You want that screen time. It just needs to operate and function. That's it. You know, and that's exactly what it's going to do. I'm going to, you know, get everything required to do it right. This was a carbureted truck, so there wasn't a lot of wiring to begin with. And, you know, that's honestly kind of how I'm hoping to keep it. I want to keep all the wires tucked up underneath the inside dash. And the dash, man, it's going to stay exactly how it is. Broken, ratty, and, you know, the interior, I'll probably keep it gutted. I'll probably end up keeping all this gutted. I might put a headliner back in it. That's the only, like, true piece of interior I truly want is a headliner. And then my door cards, probably get another set of those made in black, just because gray's not really my thing. I'm gonna try my best to do this the right way. Like, this rear end, obviously none of the stock stuff is gonna stay with the rear. This is gonna be a Ford 9-inch, like I planned with the V8 Courier. Up front, and because it's a Volkswagen engine out of a car, I'm not really concerned with really upgrading the brakes up here or anything like that. Just because I feel like the stock stuff will work. I really do. Like, I feel like it's big enough that it will work, and it's gonna make my life a lot easier if I just rebuild the front suspension that I have for the truck. I did some research last night online, and through the help of my partner Jared, thank you, sir, I'm actually going to be able to retain my fuel lines and my factory gas tank. I just have to blow the lines out, make sure there's no gas or nothing in them, because they are hard lines, so that it should be okay. But my tank, on the other hand, I will have to switch out the fuel nozzle. I think I'm not 100% for sure on that, but I might have to change this out. We'll see. But that's all I've got for you guys right now. We know what engine we're going with. We know what transmission we want. Now it's just get the money to do so and get back on this project, because first things first, before we even go buy an engine, I've got to get this rear, my brain, I swear, I got to get this rear axle hung back in place, and then I've got to rebuild the front suspension, because that's where we left off last time we filmed anything about this truck, was rebuilding the front suspension, and I never got around to it. I immediately hopped into disassembling the interior, which that'll stay like that for a little bit until we get the engine in and the transmission situated where I want it. The only piece of interior that might go back in is the seat, and that's after I take it outside and let it have time to de-spiderfy. I'm looking at that, and that's a no. So that's all I got for you guys right now. I hope you're excited. I'm excited, and this is gonna be a badass little Courier. Oh, well, good afternoon, everybody. If you've made it this far in this video, you know that we are changing ideas on the Ford Courier project. We are no longer doing a V8 swap, and I do want to thank everybody for watching till the very end. Some things I just want to go over real fast before we do end this video off. I have decided that I'm going to try to fix these fenders. They are really nice. They're OEM to the truck. You can't really find these fenders no more, and this is the worst of it. This is all I want to replace. The rest of it is just fine the way it is. I have a, there it is, right there. I have that I've got to repair. And as you guys know, the foam repair that me and Jared did when I first got this truck. Start over. The rear end situation is, I'm still waiting on parts. I've still got to order parts for that. I've been behind on bills for a little bit now, and we're just starting to get caught up. So there's the situation with the rear axle. I'm still waiting on that. And funny enough, the hangers I don't believe are OEM, because me and Jared were trying to look these up and find them, and funny enough, it's trailer shit. It's just trailer stuff. So that's going to be real easy to do. I can buy brand new bushings. I can buy a set of them. That's not a hard problem. The hardest part is going to be pushing the pushing the old bushings out of there. I'm gonna hope I can get a socket or something in there and just beat the living shit out of that and just get it out of there. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. Because I do believe that's a bushing. Yeah, it's gotta be. That's gotta be a bushing. And then once I do that, I can get wheels back on it, on the rear end that is, and get that off the blocks and put it back underneath its own weight. The front end, that's a whole nother story. I need a press for that. It's gonna cost me 60 bucks. So that's like my next biggest tool that I'm gonna get. And I know exactly where I'm putting it, right over here in this corner. The motorcycle is gonna get pushed back out and covered up with a tarp. So that way I can clean this area up, clean it out, and I can put my shop press right here. That way I can press the bushings and stuff out of the lower control arms, the upper control arms, because I have one up front. I guess we'll make our way up there. Oh, before we make our way up front, the bed. We have me and Jared have come to a decision on the bed. The flooring of the bed is going to get cut out, and what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath. I'm going to put more bracing in, and from there I'm going to look at doing a wood bed. It's just going to be 2x4, regular old 2x4. I'm going to stain with ebony and put some nice, you know, decorative strips down. Nothing too fancy, you know, don't want to keep it, I don't want to make it fancy. This is a rat rod, it don't have to be fancy. Tail lights, I've already got those. That I'm leaving. The dents and stuff I'm leaving. I have yet to do any looking for a fuel filler neck, because I want to take that gas tank down to the gas station, and I want to make sure that I can still use that fuel filler neck before I just go looking online and decide to waste a crap ton of money on a fuel filler neck that might not even work for me. But now back to the front suspension stuff. The reason I need a press is because these guys are so bad. They're so badly in there that we tried. I mean, as you can see, it's bent. Like, that's bent. I can buy new ones, thank God, but I've got to get the old stuff out, and it's just, oh buddy. I've tried, me and Jared both tried with the hammer and chisel, and it just didn't work. But I'm gonna go back down to the shop. We're gonna end this video outright. I'll see you guys soon. If you guys made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to try to entertain you guys, I guess. I'm kind of boring as shit. I don't really know what I'm doing with the filming, but it is a fantabulous opportunity that I have been given to do this. A, because I think it's fun. B, I love doing it. This is my passion, and I pick up the fucking camera and I do this because I love it. Yes, I don't have a lot of money, but you guys are showing me support, and that's all that really matters to me. I'm not doing this for money. I could give two shits less. I just want to try to bring a little fun back to the world, and, you know, allow people to see, hey, you can still enjoy your hobbies and have fun with it, and give two shits less what the world thinks. You know what I mean? I really mean it, man. I really do. Thank you guys so much for everybody that joins and watches and likes, comments, and subscribes. I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I truly do, because it means the world to me. This project is my very first undertaking of a real project, and it has been a patience tester. Just from the rusted bolts to the money stress to finding new rust and going back and forth in my brain, figuring out what the hell I want to do. And now that I have a solid structure game plan that's going to allow me to build this truck on kind of a budget, I'm looking at about $5,000 to $6,000. The most of that is going to be going toward the engine, wiring harness, pedal, and transmission, along with the adapter plate and clutch that I'm going to need to run for this. And then the next biggest part is I need a drive shaft after all that stuff gets here. But before we get into any of that, that's way in the future. We got to do this rear end stuff. Like I said in the earlier clip, I'm still waiting on the parts for that. But I'm rambling. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn your post notifications on to know when I post every single time. Also, drop me a comment down below in the comment box. Please, 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 please. I would love to see some engagement in my comment box. I'm still new to the YouTube game. The Big Belly Beer Gut. I know y'all see this a lot in the videos. Well, this is going to start shrinking down again. I kind of got complacent with my exercise and my movement. That is going to change. That's been my biggest thing right now, is I'm trying to get motivated for stuff again. And the only way to do that is to get up and go do stuff. So let's get it, baby. Next thing that I'm gonna try to work on, like I said, I've got a video coming on the rear end, but I'm gonna try to find something else that I can possibly do, which is maybe getting the seat out into the outside after this bad weather goes away. From there, once me and Jared get our money situated, because by the way, I don't know if you guys are gonna know this, I'm gonna use this truck for work. This is gonna be my workhorse. So when I said I was gonna go pick up another vehicle for myself, well, that fell through because me and Jared got behind on bills. That's on us. Yes, 100%. He was 100% adamant about using that money we got to go buy me a car, and I was like, no, please use it for bills because we need the bills paid first. We can worry about a vehicle later. Well, I made the executive decision. Why don't we just get back on the truck project, get it up and running, and I just use it for work. So the game plan here, like I said, is get it back up and running. From there, I'm gonna use it for work. And like I said in the earlier clip, it's gonna have a brand new truck bed. I'm not gonna be afraid to use it. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic. I think from here, man, there's really no words left to say, except thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.